Alright, welcome back everybody. Our part 2. Alright, welcome back everybody. Hold on just a second. Our part 2. Just a second. There we go. Too many things popping into my headphones. I think that's better. Got a stream preview going for my Twitch stream, and it was sending me audio through a channel that I thought was muted. So, you know how weird it is to hear yourself speak a half second after you've spoken? It's a little weird. Alright. Moving on. Alright, so where are we? We are... Sorry, dude. We are on New Atlantis. We are doing part 2 of the Vanguard mission. We are tracking down the Terrormorph threat, and we're supposed to be meeting Hadrian in front of Mast so we can testify in front of the big I don't know, council. I don't know what they call them. Bunch of jerks in charge. But what I would like to do before I do anything, I would like to offload some junk. One of those I wanted to keep. 37 full auto, 45 semi-auto, I think, but that's got stealth. Yeah, let's put that one up. All right, resources. Get rid of all these resources. Aw, Sarah's flower. I've still got a bunch of stuff though. Get rid of some of these. Got an extra spacesuit. I can store that. Extra pack. Store that. Extra helmet. Store that. Let's see. This stuff is taking up space. I don't like using amp. Don't need it. Store an extra one of those. Boom pop. Root beer. Bourbon. CQB. Emergency kit. Store them all. Let's see. Store 3 of those. Extra of those. I try not to carry more than 3 of each item that I feel like I may need, and quite frankly I may not need most of these, but you never know, you know. Alright, that brought my weight down a little bit. What am I carrying that's so heavy? Probably 20 pounds extra weight. Can't get rid of the charter. I don't know it. Let's store that. It must be these weapons. That's 4. That's 7. All right. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I'm going to hold on to that for now. I'm going to try that out. All right. I guess that's... I'm not happy, but I'll take it. Can sell some of this junk. No, we can't. Come on, Sarah, let's go to mast. Actually, I don't need to do that. So there's threat of another thunderstorm overhead. Yesterday afternoon, about halfway through my marathon Saturday stream, the power blipped, and even though I've got battery backup on my PC and monitors and everything, the
Captain,
yes,
over here.
I see you. The main power at the at AT&T blipped, I guess, for some reason. So I lost internet for a little bit. So yeah, hit right at the most exciting part of the stream.
The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier.
Yeah, I knew who you were.
So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there. My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon. One-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War. Former head of the UC Navy. They called him Ve Victus. Woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin. A title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians.
And everything about the UC
Secure the
is
leadership of the
sketchy.
UC military for generations to come.
Let's see. The Victus must have been an impressive commander. Are there others of your program still out there?
I'm the last. A few of my siblings, they passed when we were young. Training accidents and the like. But most of the rest were deployed to the front lines during the Colony War, and they never came back. Not a day goes by where I don't think about what the world would look like.
It doesn't really seem like a good idea.
No. They made a pretty grave miscalculation. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war.
No, he wasn't.
The man caused a lot of death, on both sides. Freestar Collective, and UC. Military, and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there.
Yeah.
I just wanted you to be forewarned.
You're not your father. This family of yours doesn't sound like they're paragons of virtue. So you're using me to distract them. Great.
I really appreciate you saying that. I just thought you deserved to know,
Anything to
considering
get
how much
Sarah's
you've done
approval.
already. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast.
Oh, yeah.
Or if you've got any last-minute business to attend to, now might be a good time. No telling how long the cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out here.
Let's see. Any suggestions? What are the risks? No questions.
Then I guess it's just a matter of...
I know it
Is
all.
about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Sounds like our cue. Here we go.
3 steps at a time. That's the way I roll.
You are out there a lot, right?
I am.
Just do us all a favor and never turn into one of those spacers. Scum of the galaxy. Robbing, stealing, killing. Even the Crimson Fleet doesn't trust them.
I pretty much do the same thing the spacers do. Am I one of them? If only I could walk just a tiny bit faster. Bunch of smug bastards. Look at me when you're talking to me.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned
Thank
in
you.
her report. You
Yes.
have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
This requires the utmost urgency. And don't keep my ship fueled, ma'am.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what I hope we'll determine here today. So now, we have 2 petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terrormorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
Trying to figure out what we're facing. We can't make an informed decision without the data. I'm just here to talk about what happened. Hadrian's the one with the grand plans. Remind me what these archives are? Let's see. We need the archival data to find a way to stop a possible Terrormorph apocalypse. I think this sounds more diplomatic.
That is something to consider. Though we also have to take into account the nature of the data you require.
Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, Terrormorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask how many deaths the cabinet requires to act. 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
It's a bit harsh,
Let's
Hadrian.
keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties, Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this Terrormorph seem at all alarming to you?
Well, hell yeah. Never encountered a Terrormorph on a freshly colonized planet before. Strange, to say the least.
I can second, Madam President. What I saw from the report reinforces the idea that this was an anomalous spawning. The other factions are as at risk as we are.
Huh. A fine point, Dr. Kulkarni.
Kulkarni?
So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
Support our cause and do what you know is right. See, if there's a chance that what happened on Tau Ceti could happen anywhere, we need to grant the request. I wouldn't grant the request. They're sealed for a reason. Let's see.
I'm uncomfortable opening the archives without gathering more information. However, if that's the path forward you prefer, then so be it.
I'm
Let out,
inclined to
Sarah.
agree.
As am I.
I suppose that does get to the heart of the point, doesn't
I
it?
have no idea who you're talking to.
Very well. I consent. The galaxy was lucky you were here today, Captain.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can
Stand
agree
by.
to give our full backing to make the request to...
There you go.
What was that?
Attention. Attention. An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Incident. Chief
Oh,
Sarkin,
I
what's
hate that
happening?
alarm sound.
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terrormorphs.
Terrormorphs.
Whoa.
More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God.
Damn it. They're here. Now.
There
Is that you,
must be
Sarah?
another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the
think I
things,
have a
but do it
stun gun.
discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
You're looking at an
Well, then.
anti-Xeno squad.
We'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am. Captain, I'm right behind you. Let's get down there.
Out of the way, douchebag. I should have picked up that other EM gun.
You! The EM rifle, grab it! Now!
All of them?
Now hit him with everything you...
We're trying to help you! Why is this happening? There's another one!
What are you setting them on fire for? This thing sucks. That guy's just standing there now. Yeah, this thing really sucks.
Thank you for what you did. We didn't want to hurt them.
The way those
Is that
people
Greta
were
Thunberg?
acting. I've seen this before. They were under the Terrormorph's influence, weren't they?
I don't know.
I think it is.
They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Pheromonic projection. Some Terrormorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control. Turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire. And keep that EM weapon at the ready.
Bah. Sounds like we need to hustle.
Let's do it.
Nat's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
Okay, Greta. Okay.
God, no time to waste, Captain. Stash the EM and pull some firepower. Let's move!
District. All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
Sure could do with some armor about now.
You might back up. Don't just stand there.
Burned him up real good.
Experts? We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, but we're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before, huh? Well, got one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men.
Don't you worry
Those
about it,
things down
Yumi.
and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
Okie dokie. I'll take it. Don't want that frickin' maelstrom. Alright. You ladies stay back here and keep an eye on the
Heard you might
perimeter.
be looking for some backup. You say the word, we're out there on your 6.
You two have any experience with Terrormorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here. But we know how to handle pressure.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liability than asset.
We're not UC security. You don't need to worry
Sarah.
about us.
We'll handle this. You two stay put.
Your call. We're on the line.
Your call.
Have a few moments. There's something I'd like to discuss.
Not right now, Sarah. We're dealing with a Terrormorph attack. Excuse me, gentlemen. Wasn't here fast enough to save this poor fool.
I'm sure they had something we can use.
I'll follow in behind you.
10 shots. We're just taking a nap there. Which side of that thing is he on? I think he's, yep.
Target down. Nice work, Captain.
It's over. Thank God. If these things reached the populated areas of the city, we would have had an absolute massacre on our hands.
Well, I'm
We should have a
glad.
talk
I'm
when you have the
glad
time,
you
of course.
approve, Sarah. I really am.
I have an important personal decision to make, but I need to discuss something with you first.
Is this truly the place? Or the time?
Phew, thank you. So, where to start? Before I was with the Navigator Corps, I was career military, part of the United Colonies Navy. When the Colony War broke out, I was posted as the chief navigator on a warship, the Dauntless.
The Dauntless. That's quite the accomplishment.
Well, the position didn't last long. There was a particularly bloody battle. We were fighting over a world in the Eta Cassiopeia system. Worst fighting I'd ever seen.
Had you
We
seen
lost
much
12
fighting?
ships that day. 12. Including my own. No. This is important. I need to tell you this. The ship was barely intact. The captain and first mate died the previous day, which put me in command.
Who's playing
A
with her
shrewd
hair?
captain would have called for the crew to abandon ship. But I was so angry. I wanted to stay. I needed to fight.
You made the right choice.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Well, that's a first.
Unfortunately, it doesn't make what I'm about to tell you any easier. We fought for hours, but the damage was fatal. I gave the order to abandon ship and the crew piled into the escape shuttle. As the shuttle launched, I could see it was damaged. I heard screams before the radio cut. The last thing I saw, they were spiraling helplessly towards the planet's surface. There was nothing I could do.
Let's see. My condolences.
Thank you. But condolences can't reverse what I've done.
No.
I was caught up in the moment. An inexperienced captain making rash decisions that cost people their lives.
A good captain knows when to cut and run.
Try telling that to their loved ones. When the dust settled, the United Colonies gave me a medal. Can you believe that? A damn medal. I never even had a chance to find the shuttle wreckage and give my crew a proper burial.
Okay, let's do that. At least you're still alive to honor their legacy.
That's true. But still, it doesn't erase the real issue here. Remember when you said no one but me would have pushed harder to keep the Navigator Corps going? Well, this time, pushing too hard cost lives. Don't you get it? Everything I do, everything I touch, somehow falls apart.
Yeah, welcome to my world.
That's why I'm worried about us.
Us? You can't get rid of me that easy. Worried about us?
Look, it's clear the two of us are becoming more than partners. We're becoming close friends.
Oh, okay.
Even though I've pushed people away in the past, I feel different when I'm around you.
Oh, really?
I feel safer, comfortable.
I got you fooled.
Not afraid to admit who I am. I'm terrified I'm going to screw that up.
Stop being such a prude. There's nothing you can say that would change my opinion of you.
You still have faith in me. I don't even know what to say. I never realized how much you cared about me.
I'm not gonna say that yet. Maybe I should. Alright, I'll say it.
You know, I've spent a lot of time thinking about us, about our relationship, how we've clearly become close. I practiced what I was going to say when the moment was right, and now that it's here, my mind's gone blank. Look,
Eh.
you deserve the best. Someone who can give themselves to you entirely. But right now, I have too much baggage. Too much on my mind. I hope you'll forgive me for pushing you away. I just need time.
Okay. Moving on. I didn't go scavenge that other Terrormorph corpse. I guess I don't need that junk. Just weighs me down. All right, Yumi, I did your job for you.
Guess they weren't kidding about you two. The universe put the right people in the right place.
You held the line. You're the heroes, not us.
Certainly doesn't feel like it.
I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the Terrormorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
I know that's what you're good at. Star Wars quotes.
Attention. The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place. Please wait for the all-clear signal before
Giant
exiting
frog
the
alarm.
rooms. That is all.
Burp. Burp. Where are we going? Okay. And we wait in the dark again. Everybody lined up like cordwood. Boink. How you doing? You okay? Good. And we wait in the dark again. Oh, that was quick.
Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, there you are. I believe...
What?
Captain?
Huh?
Hadrian? It would appear that the Cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today. As well as an apology.
You were kind of a dick.
Your concerns about the Terrormorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Agreed. Thank you. I'll take my gratitude in credits, real estate, or luxury goods.
Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the Cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the Terrormorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the Cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed, first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now.
Why are you looking at me
The
like
cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative.
that? I'm just some Vanguard nobody. Why not send a diplomat? Someone trained in this sort of thing.
The cabinet wants progress, and wants it quickly. You're already far more familiar with the situation than any diplomat would be. There's also no diplomat alive that can claim they helped keep a cadre of Terrormorphs off the embassy doorsteps. The cabinet was unanimous. They want you.
If you're sure that's the wisest course of
We do.
action.
In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data.
Well, I'll be damned.
So, will you help us?
Hell yeah.
I'm glad to hear it. Now, we,
How you
of
like
course,
them
won't
apples,
be
Sarah?
sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall.
McIntyre.
And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
You've got the cabinet's full backing to prevent more attacks.
What am I looking at?
Understand?
I'm gonna go check in with Chief Engineer.
Trying to get a decent shot of me actually looking at somebody, but I'm staring off in the distance. Meh. It's a shot.
Start getting a plan together for that data.
Okay. Hello, yes?
There are so many different groups across the settled systems, it's hard to keep up with all the work they're doing.
I asked my boss what they're doing to stop new alien attacks on the city.
These orders. A Vanguard captain. You... Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require.
That was quick. I guess I gotta go to you. Deputy McIntyre?
That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second in command.
Nice to
I
meet you.
heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack.
I single-handedly
gratitude.
killed 2 Terrormorphs.
I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor, accessing the Terrormorph data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives. You do know what the archives are, correct?
Of course I do.
Someone paid attention in current events. So, then you also know that it was originally managed by the 3 major galactic players. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun.
Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done.
Yeah. I'm just gonna need some electrodes, a tooth extractor, and some sodium pentothal. You'd think they'd be clamoring for help.
I couldn't agree more. However, both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate.
And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here.
I mean, I can't beat it out of
Though
them.
that doesn't mean we can't get creative.
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Varoon?
Let's start with Radcliffe.
The good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable.
If Sam is any example of how stubborn the Freestar people can be, then I can imagine how difficult it must be dealing with this ambassador.
Now, officially, our
Sarah
office
brings
is
the
suggesting you
jokes.
try and negotiate with her.
Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support.
And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools to get her code.
All right. No one can be that stubborn. You're underestimating how delightful I am.
Certainly. See, good diplomacy is all about the careful application of pressure. We just need to find the squeeze.
UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage.
But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell.
So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen.
Now, we recovered some intel we believe should be able to help with that. But there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for information. Maybe even convince to work with you.
All right. What can you tell me about him?
Name's Cameron Long. He's younger than Ratcliffe, bears less of a grudge towards the UC. He works closely with the ambassador, making him a promising source for information on the ins and outs of embassy life, and someone who very likely hates her guts.
Yes, many. Don't steal anything. Don't get caught anywhere you're not supposed to. Absolutely do not harm anyone. If something goes wrong, we'll do our best to smooth things over, but I can't make any promises.
All right.
All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up, you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise.
And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed in there.
FC Embassy Security added. All right. Let's see. Tell me about Balmore.
Ambassador Balmore's a challenge. When the rest of House Varoon retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here. He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varoon thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval.
Let's see. I'm sure he can be reasoned with.
It does, but there's a concern.
There's always a but.
We're not 100% sure Balmore is actually still alive. His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting.
Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice.
Here's hoping we're not chasing a corpse.
It would at least be a speedier negotiation. But I, of course, hope the ambassador is alive and well.
Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here, this device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, finding the ambassador is going to be up to you. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out for automated security in there.
Great.
Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask.
Okie dokie.
I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff's mind. Be smart out there, Captain.
Yeah, it won't make any difference.
Pardon.
Pardon. Yoink. Okay. Excuse me, gentlemen. Oh, ma'am, sir, whatever.
This space is a memorial to those lost during the...
If we save at least 10% of the down payment, our bank could loan us the rest.
I feel like that would say Embassy of the Freestar Collective.
You are a visitor?
Yes, sir.
You'll find the ambassador in her office. Go on through.
Thank you. Which way?
Visitors are only allowed in the lobby, offices, or conference room. That means you.
Not to be a dick about it.
I'm going to be upfront with you. I'm not happy visiting anything related to the Freestar Collective. But you lead, and I'll follow.
Sarah, I'm gonna need you to keep your mouth shut during this deal.
All that security and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint.
We did.
I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain.
I don't know that it's gonna make any difference, but
Mr. Long. Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
are they coming? There they are.
Sorry. Everyone's a little on edge after the attack.
Ambassador?
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment?
Did you not get the message? I got a deal for you.
Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The Eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives.
Well,
now,
I am a ranger.
She also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants Terrormorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right.
They sent me to beg. Please, please, pretty, pretty, please.
I was afraid of that. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time and yours, and go?
I know what it is you want. Oversight. Monitors will observe all research.
We'll oversee the research. Guess that takes the whole trust us component out of play, doesn't it? That does seem like a workable idea.
Why wouldn't we do that?
Fine. You'll get what you want. Follow me.
Thanks for staying out of the way, Sarah. Your attitude could be a disadvantage in this case. Why are there armed guards in every freaking room?
They tell me it should only take a moment. And there. Don't make me regret this, Captain. Code generator's just this way.
Oh, come on.
It's not supposed to be a long process. It is for emergencies, after all.
There's Sarah trying to be an attention hog again.
Don't make me regret this, Captain. Code generator's just this way.
Yes, 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 okay.
Here, I'll reach out to Deputy McIntyre. We'll coordinate the necessary oversights. Two unlikely allies, I guess.
Thank you. Good grief.
You're allowed 3 places. Conference room, lobby, or the ambassador's office. You set foot anywhere else, there's going to be problems.
Look, I'm with the Freestar Rangers. I had it up to here with your attitude, okay? Come on, Sarah. All right. Suit yourself. Thank you. You were very kind.
Sorry, but I need sign-off from the Interstellar Affairs office before I can set foot in there. But you gotta be kidding me. It's plum, not pastry. You call that it?
Yes, exactly. It's like...
When someone insults you,
Yeah, once you become a Starborn, these persuasion things go a lot easier.
It's a shame House Varun abandoned their embassy. I bet we could have learned a lot from one another.
Fill out an application today to become part of the most advanced technology corporation in the settled systems.
Not going to be any life signs, but...
This isn't what I expected at all. It appears the flora they were using as decor has overgrown the entire embassy.
Here we go.
I've never seen a tree like this before in my entire life.
Don't breathe too deep.
It'd actually be more fascinating if its branches weren't blocking our way.
Oh, Jesus. This whole place is overgrown. May not be necessary.
Find anything useful on there?
Yeah, sorta. Why would this be here? Just curious. What's with all the hissing and whispering? Ah, Bruin Heretic writings. Excuse me, Robbie. Excuse me, Robbie. What the hell? I think this is just going to be those turrets that I just blew up. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Nope. That's the only way that one works. That one. And maybe this one? No. Well, that won't work. That one, and what about this? What did I just do? There it is. I knew it. Damn it.
Don't leave any of that behind.
Sarah, where the hell are you? The one? Not sure. What did I just have? Was it this one? Yeah. Let's see. There we go. Where are demons? Sarah, where the hell? Oh, there you are. Alrighty then. Good grief. Screwed that up, didn't I? Kind of caught me off guard going around the wall there. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, hey, how you doing?
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss.
Approach the stranger. So, is this where you've been living for the last however many years?
Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, who could cage such a beauty? Tell me though.
Yeah, it's not the point.
What is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack. Then the embassy was struck with a power surge and then... silence. Has the rest of the city suffered quite so badly?
Everywhere in the city is in better shape than this dump. Is that what happened here? A power surge? Spaceport is in rough shape, but not much else was damaged.
Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner rather than later. Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you here at such an opportune moment. You were sent by the UC. That much is obvious. Who else could just waltz through my door? And the broadcast spoke of terrormorphs at the spaceport. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some enthused cheerleading and... an archive code. So the UC requires information, then. On terrormorphs, presumably.
Yep.
Do I see this all clearly?
Why did I even come? Let's see. Bingo.
The preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. Using its data to prevent more attacks, there is logic there. But if I am to grant you access, I have a requirement. For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. We founded this embassy with hopes of shedding that legacy. With little success. In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. Ensure House Varun's legacy is more than just carnage.
Of course.
The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil ends.
It is true.
You must assure me this will be used to save lives, not endanger them.
You're just an old man in the basement. You don't get to tell me what to do.
As the chair of Constellation, I take personal responsibility in vouching for this man's integrity. He'll keep his word.
Well then.
Oh, like your word counts for something
I
to the
shall
Varun.
not fear. Please, follow me. Let's hope it still works. And there.
Yes.
Let it be used for good.
Thank you.
Will we all be so lucky next time the archives need to be accessed? Something to think on. The affairs of House Varun are our own. They left. That is all there is to be said on the subject. House Varun committed itself to the armistice. This was said at the time to be the desire of the Great Serpent, and I do not believe the Serpent decides such things on a whim. So, when my brethren left, I remained, honoring the Serpent's will as I saw fit, as is the right of all his followers. It was tolerable, even pleasant, when my brethren were here in the embassy with me. We remade this place as best we could into a home we all would recognize. Our native flora, our iconography, our connection to the Serpent, they came with us. With my brethren gone, it has been trying. But the Great Serpent has always provided me a path in my darkest moments.
Thank you very much. Sarah, put that gun away. There was a key in here somewhere, I think. Went to that, maybe it's on his body. Don't want to kill him to get in there. It's not worth it. Who knows? Maybe there's some good loot in there. Never tried. What is this mess? This does not look like... this does not look like Varun Kai. This just looks like a mess. How do you get out of here? Wrong turn. this? Hey guys, good to see you. Is he dead? Sarah, don't get lost. Put that weapon up. I was hoping there was some cool stuff here. Actually, I've never gone. I don't know if I've ever gone to the second floor. Yeah, there's nothing here. Okie dokie. Hey, sun's coming up. See, I don't like how, why is it telling me to go down there?
The captain already has a plan in place to open the Armistice archives.
Unless the archives for the orphans.
Ah, Captain. Congratulations on joining the ranks of the Vanguard.
Thank you. All right, McIntyre, I got your damn access.
Yes? What?
Captain, you're back sooner than...
I'm better than you thought.
Did you actually succeed? With Radcliffe? And Balmore? We're all in agreement.
Yep. Collected and ready to be deployed. You gave me a job, I got it done.
That's incredible. I wasn't sure Radcliffe would ever get on board.
Just
I'm
gotta
very
know
much
the
looking
squeeze.
forward to getting the debrief on how precisely you managed to pull all this off, but that'll have to wait for another time.
I used diplomacy.
Regardless, superlative work, Captain. And now, I've already arranged everything with the archival monitors. When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you instructions on how to deploy the codes. Follow them to the letter. Here, the UC code piece and an archival access card. The entrance is just on the other side of the plaza across from Mast. Absolute best behavior down there, all right?
What am I gonna do? Hey, Sarah, come on. We're about to unlock the secrets of the universe. Or not. Sarah, all this running around has made me hungry. You want to stop somewhere for breakfast after this? I'll take that as a yes. Took the wrong turn.
How's everything with you?
I was at the National Medal of Honor Museum this past week in Dallas. The architecture of that place reminded me of New Atlantis. Gave me hope for the future.
And after the UC Navy's defeat at the Battle of Cheyenne by the Freestar Collective's
At a Battle of Cheyenne at the Freestar Collective. I want to secure the future, so I'm going to take this door.
Captain, we've been expecting you. Please approach the monitoring station and we will go over the rules. Welcome, Captain, to the archives. To proceed, you will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles.
Okay.
Once they are verified, I will open the door.
Okay.
Your data resides in Unit 18.
18.
You will not be able to access any of the other units.
Got it.
Once you've collected your data, return to the entrance. You may insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin. You may proceed, Captain.
So they make a big deal about it, but you can only get one. Yeah, so much for that. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you, gentlemen. Sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. Return the data. That'll save me a few seconds. Very few. It plants you smack dab between where you want to be. So you still have to come over here. So it probably didn't save me any time. Just goes to show you. How you doing? Nice to see you too, Sarah. Where am I going? Oh, back to McIntyre. Yes,
Howdy.
hello. Howdy.
There you are. Captain, Deputy told me what went down. Impressive work.
I am an impressive
Captain,
person.
If you'd be willing to transfer the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing what comes next.
Time for us to start getting some real answers. And figure out if we've been asking the right questions. So whenever you're ready.
You may take possession of the Terrormorph data.
Acknowledged and accepted, Captain. So with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly
imperious.
this work's getting done. The Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found Percival, seemed the natural spot. Already has the equipment, the safety measures.
The equipment's 20
Though
years out of
it
date.
sounded like the deputy had a few more things she needed to discuss with you first.
Indeed. The most important of which is getting you your citizenship.
Ooh.
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me.
Okay. Let's all bunch up together. Just like a millisecond faster. A nanosecond faster. Just tiny bit faster. That's all I want to do. Walk a tiny bit faster.
Hey, no funny stuff with that boost pack. Got enough flight traffic as it is.
You don't see no boost pack. Alright, let's hope it doesn't bug out again.
Yes?
Ugh.
Goodbye.
Out of the way, Sarah. And there she is. Sarah. Come on. You're going to want to see this.
All right, Captain. Are you ready to become a citizen of the United Colonies?
Yes, ma'am. I am.
Good. This isn't the only item we need to discuss, so I'll give you the short version. Please raise your hand. Captain, through your actions today and in days past, you have earned your place among the United Colonies. Through service, bravery, strength, and upholding of the mutual good. Will you carry and cultivate these values for as long as you remain a citizen?
I will. I really gotta do all that?
Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the United Colonies as a full citizen. Here, your official ID and your citizenship dispensation. We've also let the Aphelion Realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to purchase property. Now, the other item we needed to discuss. There's a member of the UC who's asked to speak to you, but this person is in a sensitive position.
Indeed.
Normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this, but we think this person has information that could prove useful in dealing with the Terrormorphs.
You could be right.
And they've stated they'll only share it with you.
Well, of course.
They asked for you by name.
How did they know my name?
So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept in the strictest confidence. You can tell no one. Can you agree to these terms?
I will take it to my grave.
Let's hope it never comes to that. Head to the elevator. You're going to subsection 7. I'll make sure you're cleared for access by the time you get there.
You know, a little astringent would probably clean up those blemishes on your face. Oh, now you show up. Today I am a man. What's all that out there? Still doing the drumming thing, Sarah? All right. Let's go buy us an apartment.
You know, I went to chef school. This ain't exactly where I saw myself.
That's Jim Gaffigan. Is that the name? Jim Gaffigan? Jim? Every time that door opens, those cups fly off the top of that water thing.
I've lived in New Atlantis almost my entire life, and I had no idea this place even existed. The UC certainly excels at keeping secrets.
Oh, yeah, they do. You just wait for it.
Logging authorized entry. Unsealing access. You may proceed down the corridor. But there are no additional visitors permitted. Your friend's gonna have to wait out here.
I'll be fine. You go on ahead.
There's no waiting rooms. There's no seating. Bye, Sarah. Bye.
Welcome, Captain. Please, come down and approach the intercom. You and I should chat.
Let's make this dramatic.
President Abeyo was kind enough to give me a few files to peruse. Quite the series of accomplishments you've managed.
Yeah.
But now you face a foe unlike any other.
No.
An invisible enemy, lurking in the shadows.
I've faced him before.
You're going to need all the help you can get. Which is why I hoped we could speak. Do you know who I am?
Yes, I know who you are. Guy who couldn't afford a place with a view, clearly.
Perceptive. I like that. I'm Francois Sanon, but most know me as Eyewitness. I was an admiral during the Colony War. One of its great villains,
Yeah.
if you believe the slates.
Oh, I believe him.
I was to be executed for my crimes. But the previous regime deemed me too valuable to simply discard. So they put me here. A sacrifice on the altar of peace.
And that turned out to be a
Even
mistake.
my death served the colonies.
Definitely one of the chattier ghosts I've met.
I want to help you, and my progeny Hadrian, prevent more attacks.
Sure you do.
Though I am curious, has she shared with you the nature of our little family?
Kind of a stretch to call what you two had a family.
Did she? So willing to trust Hadrian. I never did succeed in driving that out of her. Our relationship has always been a challenging one. The Major was born to become a great leader, carry on the legacy I established, and was given all the finest training to support it. And she excelled. But the universe cut all that short. Now, though, it's placed even more crucial work in front of the two of you. And I think I have a part to play in helping you accomplish what you've set out to do.
You think so, do you?
After some long years earning the trust of this current regime, the UC has been permitting me to work alongside one of their recovery teams.
Is that what they call them?
Helping them gather intelligence on, locate, and organize scenarios to lure in some of the criminals that evaded justice after the Colony War.
So, a hit squad.
With quite a few successes, I might add. But in the process, I managed to find something else. The names and locations of Hadrian and Percival's old research team. Valuable manpower for the effort you're about to embark on. I'll tell you where they are, but in exchange, I need something dealt with.
You mean someone?
There is a former colleague of mine, a man by the name of Dr. Reginald Orlaise. Like myself and Hadrian, he was involved in some of the United Colony's more problematic lines of research. Mech weapons were his specialty. If it dealt death, he could make a deal more. When the colony war ended, he fled, refusing to face tribunal.
He's a
And
psychotic.
has continued to peddle his skills to the highest bidder to this day. But I finally found him. I want you to track him down and deal with him. However you're able. I'm not expecting he'll come quietly.
No, you're
Bring
not
me
wanting him to
evidence
come
that the
quietly.
job's done, and I'll tell you what I know.
How about I arrest him and turn him over to the UC?
You can certainly try, but the man's been out there 20 years. He's likely gone feral by now. Easier for all if you simply blow up his ship and be done with it.
I'm not killing anyone, but if he's actually as bad as you claim, I'll consider bringing him to justice.
If that's what you require to sleep at night, so be it.
No, that's so Sarah would
According
like
to
me.
my information, he's been hiding around the world of Etheria. Wolf System. There's a star station in the vicinity. The Den. The head of the local vanguard, one Captain Marquez,
One Captain Marquez?
find our man.
Everybody keeps saying that. One this person, one that person. Let's fix that in the next version, Bethesda. You don't need to say one before you say somebody's name. Better close that door.
Identity verified. You may proceed to the exit.
Thank you, sir.
Hmm?
Let's get moving.
Sure. I'm right behind you.
You would not be happy to know what I just found out. Interstellar Affairs. All right.
Captain, did your meeting go well? I hope it's clear now why we needed you to agree to all the secrecy.
Yeah. Deputy, I was not prepared for that. Some old guy living in your basement. I could do that.
Surprised me too when I learned it. But the prisoner has proven useful over the years. And kept far from any major decision-making.
So you think.
But I do think it's worth re-emphasizing. No one else can know about this. All right? Good. Because bringing this up to the outside world would create the unfair appearance, Captain, that you're unhinged.
Sure.
And that's not a good look for any of us.
I told you the UC
Now,
was dirty.
was there something in particular you needed to discuss about what we were just discussing? Dr. Reginald Orlaise? He's finally found him. Of course, killing Orlaise is completely out of the question. But bringing him to justice... He's been on the lam for years.
Who says
That'd be
that?
a huge win for the UC. What's being offered in return?
Wait, you're actually considering this?
Really? He found the members of the research team. We'd already initiated a search for them, but it'd save a lot of time and manpower if he just gave us that information. Captain, if that's the deal, you have my endorsement. Just so long as you make every effort to bring the man in alive. Now, was there anything else you wanted to discuss regarding your meeting?
Okay. No.
Then I'll bid you good day, Captain. And remind
Good day
you
to
of the
you.
importance of discretion.
I say good day. You missed all the juicy details. See you, Jim. All right. Where am I going? There it is. Speak to Captain Marquez. It's a very commanding view we have here. Is that red that I see? Oh, it's red anyway. All right. Going to the spaceport. Going to the spaceport, gonna get up on the Eagle. Going to the spaceport, gonna get on the Star Eagle. Yep.
Well, that was fun. Now what?
Sarah, you kill me.
Ship's clear and the sky is falling.
You're sweet to me.
What?
Your dad's just not as young as he used to be.
I wish people wouldn't be having conversations while the ship's taking off. Can't hear them.
Stable orbit achieved. You can stay here forever. Well.
Ooh, I've got a skill point I need to spend.
For a while, anyway.
Oh, I got those Varun heretic writings I can sell. A couple of 100 credits for those.
Yes, we're here. Look at those beautiful stars.
This is UC Space. You are cleared to dock with the Den.
And we're docked.
Something you might be interested in.
Is it another stalk? Is it a flower?
I'm listening. I should start charging for my services.
It's a seed.
Bye.
I like the way she said that.
Need some work done?
Hey, Marcel.
Was there something you needed?
I need to ditch some
If there's
heretic
anything
writings.
I can do for you, please say the word. You won't find a better offer on the station.
That is an understatement, my friend. 200 credits. This piece of crap. Wonder if you could make that full auto. But I bet if you did, it would lower the damage. Ooh, I hear thunder. See. Yeah.
May I be of service?
Might as
Yes,
well
of course.
get rid of some other stuff while I'm here. Yeah. That's a lot of damage. Show me the picture. There it is. I am not a fan of mines. I've never had much luck with them. Good Lord. Man, I had a lot of books. Pirate Captain gear. Let's see. I'll hold on to these. I'm still there's still some recipes I'm researching. $31 coffee mugs. Oops. Wasn't paying attention. Sarah, you got something?
When you have a few moments, there's something I'd like to discuss.
Okay.
Ever since we talked about the Battle of Cassiopeia, I can't get what happened out of my mind.
I could tell it was still bothering you.
Was it that obvious? I thought I could handle these memories, but until I return to Cassiopeia, I'll never be able to put this to rest.
Seeing the wreckage isn't going to bring back your crew.
I would like that. Actually, I need that. One problem, though. Pinpointing the crew's shuttle wreckage is going to be like trying to find a grain of salt in a sandbox. I think we need to start by locating my old campsite on Cassiopeia 1.
Let's see.
What's there to tell? I survived. My crew didn't. Still, Oh, I'll never forget my finger hovering over that launch button. Would I launch safely, or explode into a fireball? It turned out that my shuttle had just enough power to allow an emergency landing on the planet's surface.
Here's a complicated sentence to say.
I wouldn't call what I did a soft landing, but thank you all the same.
You think putting this to rest will get you back on your feet? What are you hoping to find at your old campsite?
My shuttle should have the telemetry tracking data for the other shuttle aboard. It should give us an idea where it went down. That's if scavengers haven't completely stripped my ship for parts.
Do you think putting this to rest will get you back on your feet?
Don't worry, it's not as though I'm coming apart at the seams. It's
Made
the
it sound like it.
conversations we've been having. They dredged up these old memories, and they're a burden. Hold on. I don't know the exact location of my survival campsite. For that, we are going to have to head to Mast and see if we can get the information from my old friend, Admiral Logan.
Oh yeah, we saw him. I'm sensing tension between you and Logan. Maybe you should let me handle Logan alone.
Your instincts are right on target. Logan and I butted heads more than once during my time with the Navigator Corps. We've never seen eye to eye. Look, I hope this isn't asking too much. Last thing I want to do is drag you into some kind of personal crusade.
Crusades are my specialty.
That's why I'm desperate for your help. Truth is, I'm scared. When I set foot on Cassiopeia, I don't know if I'll be able to handle what I find. If I begin to fall apart, I need someone I can trust to hold me together.
You're too tough to fall apart.
I know you will. You've always been there when I've needed your help. Why you continue to support me, I'll never understand.
Because you're smoking hot and you got that awesome accent.
I don't know what to say. I've been so busy searching the stars for answers. I've overlooked what's been in front of me all this time. True love.
I told you this
Something
before.
I've seriously considered sharing with you for a long time. Just not ready.
Yeah.
Not yet.
I know. Don't start crying on me now.
You're right. I have. Hey, anyway, I've taken up enough of your time. I know you have a lot to do. I really appreciate your offer to visit Cassiopeia. Hopefully, it'll bring me the closure that I've needed for far too long.
She considers me a friend. It's nice to have friends.
What? Oh, sorry.
Look who's back. You got something quick? Kinda busy at the moment.
Wanted man hiding in this sector. I need to find him.
Think you got some bad information. If there was a wanted man in our skies, he wouldn't still be out there. Unless... Are you talking about the Warlock? There's been rumor of a ship out there for years now. Doesn't respond to hails, never docks. More than a few amateur investigators have tried to find it, and at least 2 never came back. Aetherius debris fields are plenty dangerous if you're not used to flying in them. But if you're suggesting it might not have been the fields that got them, well, I can give you the coordinates of the Warlock's last sighting.
Anything else you can tell me about the Warlock?
I mean, I honestly thought it was just a story board haulers told to amuse each other. But if the pilot of the Warlock really has been dusting our people, well, hopefully you're about to make our skies a whole lot safer.
I'll take those coordinates then.
Sure thing. Here, this should get you pointed in the right direction. Good hunting, and stay safe.
Thanks, Marquez. Let's see. I think I've looked at this before. Sell some more miscellaneous. Bong. Wish I could select multiple items. Delete them all. I'm gonna hold on to that. I think I'm gonna have to take a break here pretty soon. It's getting a little steamy in this room. Hey. Oh my God, this goes on forever. Moonshine. Am I getting close? I am getting close. Oy, gotta get out of here. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break, open the doors and let some cool air get in here, refresh my beverage.
Hey,
we will be right back.
Anything I can help you with? You should inspect your ship for heat leeches every couple landings. They'll cause plenty of havoc if left unchecked.
we're back. Let's go, Vasco.
Captain, hello.
Hello.
I am satisfied to see that you survived your most recent sleep cycle.
Thanks, Vasco. Always thinking about me. Vasco's good people. Let's see. Strange how the game doesn't consider your ship. What is this? As being civilized
now
area.
the party can get started.
They
Finally.
still have you in your suit, in your ship. All right, it's off to get the warlock.
How you doing, Sweet Pea?
Well, I'm okay. But
Textbook
I'd be a
there,
lot
for
better
free.
if...
Let me guess, you'd be a lot better if you had a bigger book allowance.
You know me so well, Dad. So, what do you say?
Well, what do you say, Sam? There's the warlock. Destroyed scavenger. Destroyed scavenger.
Endless boy, who is this you've brought me? More scrap for the field. Savor your last moments, Moat. All systems. Shoot them down.
Time to disable the students fraud.
What are you?
What are you?
No, I will not die in a cage.
Don't do it, Doctor. I just want to talk.
Ship is now docked.
Beep, 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 beep. Excuse me, Vasco.
Greetings, Captain.
I lost everything because of the UC. They will get no more.
Idiot.
Pilot emergency detected. Hatch override engaged.
Double.
Error. File deletion cannot be completed. Ending process.
Collect the evidence. Item was exactly as asked. Never imagined this was possible. You do amazing work. For the things you've done, won't get a trial, lock you in cage, rest of life, no way for a man to live by. Live when they come, you kill them or show them you won't be caged. Yeah. Sentimental wafer. 30. Ham and cheese. Urban operator outfit. My what's the word I'm looking for? Flashlight is woefully inadequate. Alien stew.
Whew. It's a bit balmy here, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it is a bit. Odd place for a grenade. Alright, what do you have down? What do you have downstairs? Aha! Holy smokes. Let's see. Okay, and then this one could go there. Okay. Are you kidding me? That's all that was in there? Ugh. Oh my gosh. This guy was a paranoid psychopath. That won't work. Almost like I knew what I was doing. Oh my god, I don't want to go that. I'm so sick of that. This flashlight. Come on. I think there's a mod out there to make your flashlight more realistic. I think I want to add that. Is there anything in here?
Captain, it is pleasant to see you.
It is pleasant to be seen, Vasco. I'm gonna leave the ship there.
We're on our own again.
What did I hit? Nice, surrounded by a minefield. Let's see what this destroyed scavenger looks like. I guess it's probably nothing but debris. What's this? Oh, the Warlock. Doing my bit to make the space lanes safer. Seeing here. I think particle turrets should be out here unsupervised. Come on, come on. There you go. I got some contraband, don't I? Need to... Ah, shoot. Gonna have to wait for him to restock.
Docking cycle complete.
I could take a nap
The
on my ship.
UC did a hell of a job piecing the station back together after the Serpent's Crusade rolled through.
Didn't they? Because it looks like a dump.
May I be of service?
Maybe.
Yes, of course.
No, you may not. All right, Sarah, I'm going to have to sit here for a couple days. Okay. And we wait. I guess I could go wait in the bar. Hey, I got a question. How come they don't have mission boards in here on the station somewhere? You know, they got them every other sort of place. Why not here? Just curious. These are the kind of questions that I have. Like, why does the phone always ring when you're in the bathtub? Things like that. Well, apparently the storm that was threatening earlier has passed over. So we are safe for the time being.
Just doesn't add up. Spaceport has anti-Xeno protocols. How the hell does a whole herd of Terrormorphs touch down undetected?
They were,
I really did think this place would see a bit.
If there's anything I can do for you, please. Certainly.
Certainly. And get rid of those things before they thaw out. All right, let's go. Let's go, Sarah. Back to New Atlantis.
Undocking complete, Captain.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I still have to spin that skill point. Dang it. Ooh, that's a pretty picture. Let's spin that point. Come on. Frozen. Okay, we can do snipers. What else? We could do particle beams 3, which means 30% more damage. What about... We need to deal 200 damage to enemies using the boost pack. So apparently I've done a little bit of damage. Let's see. Reduced fuel cost. I could max this out. That would be good. I need to manipulate more people. 50 ships with a crew of 5 or more. I need to step that up. Recover from injuries. Move faster in 0G. Use up all available oxygen and CO2. Or, yeah, 98 times. Sprint for 4,900 meters while at 75% or more of maximum load. Okay. Fall below 25% health 15 times. Perform 75 melee unarmed sneak attacks. That's going to be hard. I typically don't do unarmed attacks. Alright, we're doing commerce. Hey, who's that handsome devil? Oy. When the music dies, it just... Ooh. Hey, baby.
I'm so excited to see Tony after work.
Are you really? There's some kind of side quest you can do for her, but it's something stupid like, I'll deliver your coffee for you and you can take a vacation afterwards. Something stupid. See? Coffee cups flying off the water, or water cups flying off the dispenser. Every time you walk in there.
Authorized personnel only. Your friend has to stay here.
See you later, Sarah. Alright, gotta make this dramatic. Alright, they pricked us. I did your dirty work for you.
Welcome back, Captain. Do you have some news for me regarding Dr. Olays?
He took his own life, thanks to your instructions.
I'm not surprised. The man fled every consequence he ever faced. Of course, you don't expect me to just take you at your word, do you? Excellent. Please, deposit it in the transfer system.
Let's see what that ID looks like. Oh, that's mine. His has a picture on it. Why doesn't mine have a picture on it? He also has a ID number. Why don't I have an ID number? How did a scientist lose his eye?
Transfer accepted. Would you look at that? can ensure the remaining team members find their way to the Red Devil's headquarters. Except for one. That one you'll need to collect yourself. His name is Kaiser. You can find him on the Freestar world of Nira, wandering the battlefield there. The area was ground zero for Xeno-weapon deployments during the war, so I would arm yourself appropriately. And I think you'll want to check in with Hadrian and Dr. Walker before paying it a visit. Kaiser will likely have security protocols you'll need their help to overcome.
Don't worry, Francois. We'll be seeing each other again soon.
Is that so?
It is.
Well, I look forward to it, Captain.
I bet you do. Ba-da-da.
Authorized personnel only. Fred has to stay here.
I'm leaving.
If you don't mind, I'd like to speak to Admiral Logan sooner rather than later.
Let's do it.
Sounds good. Lead on.
Let's see. Speak to Admiral Logan. A universe of leisure. Logan, I want a word with you. Come on in, Sarah.
Sarah Morgan. It's been what, almost 10 years?
Admiral, it's good to see you again, sir.
It's not a great picture, but I'll take it.
You're not required to address me as sir. That protocol ended the moment you dropped your clusters on my desk, remember?
Look, Admiral, I'm not here to open old wounds.
Old wounds is an interesting turn of phrase, given our past. Listen to me, Commander. I'm not sure why you're here, but whatever it is, why don't you just get to it?
I'm here because I need your help, Admiral.
You need my help. That's interesting. The last time we spoke, you made it quite clear that you were turning your back on the Navy.
That was a decade ago. Things change. People change. Admiral, please. I didn't come here to argue. I'm here to come to terms with my past.
Your past is sitting in a closed file in the archives. That's where you left it when you walked out on the United Colonies.
Why is he such a dick about this?
And what about you? Just who in the blazes are you anyway?
You know me. I'm the guy that saved your ass earlier.
I see. Then, as Sarah's associate, perhaps you could kindly explain to me why I shouldn't have the both of you escorted from the building.
With all due respect, Admiral, this is ridiculous. If you have a problem with me, then there's no need to berate my colleague.
I don't have a problem with you, Commander. I'm simply trying to determine why you deserve the Navy's help.
She's here to honor the fallen that served under her command.
That's quite a noble gesture. Is this true, Commander?
It's about Cassiopeia, Admiral. I'm heading back there to find out what happened to the crew of the Dauntless, and hopefully, to bring their legacy home.
That sounds like a dangerous operation. Are you certain it's worth the risk?
I don't know.
We refuse to allow the crew of the Dauntless to remain a statistic.
I see. The fact that you'd risk your own lives to solve this mystery speaks volumes.
They were my responsibility, Admiral. One way or another, I intend to bring them home.
I understand. And I believe I owe you an apology, Commander.
That's right.
Our last encounter has obviously distorted my impression of your character.
Mm-hmm.
What can I do to help?
If you wouldn't mind allowing me to access the files regarding my rescue, I'd be most grateful, Admiral.
That shouldn't be too difficult. I've sent all the relevant information to you, Slades. Was there anything else?
No, Admiral. Thank you.
You don't need to thank me, Commander. I just hope you find whatever it is you're looking for.
We should make sure we're well supplied for the trip to Cassiopeia.
I'm well supplied all the time. Sarah, you coming? I'm walking slow so she can keep up with me, but apparently she's under some kind of
Okay. Hello.
weird I come to within X distance and then I stop rule. Don't like that. No, sir. I don't like it. Alright, where are we? What do we got to do? Could go to UC distribution and offload some junk.
I'm afraid, due to recent legislative action...
Yeah.
Welcome to UC Distribution. Something I can do for you?
Yep.
Yes, of course. Please, take a look.
Alright, what do we got? What do we got? I'm wanting to fool with those and see if I can doctor them up some more. I don't know if I can with this one. Need to transfer those to the ship. 3513. Leaves me with 202. Deep core. Well, look at that. 202 exactly. Alrighty. Thank you so much.
You're always welcome back, if you don't mind a bit of a wait.
Next time. A wait? I've never had a wait when I came here. Let's see. Let's get back to the ship. And we will get to Cassiopeia.
when you have a moment.
Is it a stalk? Is it a flower? Nothing in there but the Aquila City Charter. Bandages, battle stem, CQBX. I guess if I were going to start doing unarmed attacks on people, I would need that. Frost Wolf. Yeah, this is okay, but it makes you, you're addicted to it. So you gotta use junk flesh afterwards. Pear. I don't know why I picked that up. Alright, what else are we carrying? Those two laser rifles. Store that. I can just store that too. Okay. Alrighty. Cassiopeia. Way the hell out there. Temperate terrestrial ship.
Everything checks out. Landing initiated.
Everything checks out. At least it's daylight.
Captain.
I can't believe I'm here. It feels like walking into a dream.
Just stick close to me. You'll be all right. You got this.
Thank you. Right now, I feel like I need all the help that I can get. Phew. Okay, so let me get my bearings for a moment. Yes, this looks correct. Those rock formations nearby look familiar. My old campsite shouldn't be far.
I'm ready if you are.
Good. Once we get to the campsite, we'll use that as a starting point to search for the cruise shuttle wreckage. Let's go. scan any promising leads?
A cave. There's your crash site. Natural arch. Unexplored biological feature. What the hell? How'd I end up in the back?
Well, this is it. This is the spot where I spent close to a year waiting for rescue.
Holy smokes.
Not exactly Paradiso, is it?
I'm proud of how well you're handling all of this, Sarah.
Yeah? Well, inside I'm a shattered wreck. So, joke's on both of us, I suppose. Look at this thing. It's been sitting here rusting. I think we need to grab an emergency power cell to get the ship's computer up and running.
An EPC that's been idle for 2 decades should still have enough juice to power up a computer. How do you know that? I left my emergency power cell back in my other suit. Must be one around here somewhere.
That's an excellent point. I hadn't taken degradation into account. I'm glad I brought you along. When I was stranded, I set up a distress beacon powered by emergency power cells. The beacon was up there on the plateau. I guess it's time to start climbing.
Okay. I wish this thing was a little less
This
crazy.
must be some debris from my shuttle. Not exactly a textbook landing, but I didn't have much of a choice.
That freaking thing right there. That right there.
All you had to do was... Why?
Sarah, don't... There's 2 of them down there. Level 100. Well, that didn't get anywhere close. Running away, eh? Do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do. Guess that's not one of them. What are these things made of? Analgesic. Whoops. There's another one right down there. Once you've seen them, you know what they are. Damn it. Hiding from us again, Sarah.
Now we're exploring in style. Come on!
Take that, bitch.
Make sure you clean that off before you stow it in your bag.
Ugh. Hallucinogen. Slipping in and out of consciousness. Emergency meds. Self-assessment has revealed 3 cracked ribs, a broken forearm, a minor concussion, probable internal damage, and a hell of a lot of bruises. I'll do the best that I can to push through, but I can't allow my injuries to keep me from reaching Shuttle 2. Tomorrow I plan to do a full reconnoiter of the area and search for some high ground to place my distress beacon. With any luck, some ships are still in orbit, then I'll receive my signal. For now, I'm going to rest, eat a bit of my food rations, and pray that the other shuttle isn't too far from my location. I was able to track exactly where Shuttle 2 went down. Unfortunately, it appears to be located several thousand kilometers away, making it impossible to reach on foot. Even if the planet was hospitable and the terrain accommodating, I'm in no physical condition to even attempt such a journey. Additionally, with my distress beacon and all my supplies located at this crash site, I don't dare leave it behind. I'm afraid my crew will have to deal with whatever hardships they've encountered on their own. All I can do at this point is pray they're safe. It's been nearly a month and I'm down to my final 3 power cells. If I want to make them last, I'm going to have to disconnect them from the ship's computer system, which means I lose access to my computer and short-range transmitter. If Shuttle 2 makes any attempt to reach out for me, all they're going to receive is silence. It's a horrible decision to have to make, but if Shuttle 2 hasn't contacted me by now, it's unlikely they ever will. I don't know if that means their comm system is simply damaged, or if they've left their crash site, or if they're even alive. My only hope is continuing to power the distress beacon in hopes of being picked up and then searching for them from the air. So she had 3 power cells, and that lasted her a year. What are those power cells made of? Little ammo. Flight manual. It's barred. Why is it barred? What were you hiding, Sarah? Anything else? All right, Sarah, what's on your mind?
We've located where the other shuttle went down. I can't believe our plan worked.
Well, you brought the right person with you. You made all this possible, Sarah.
Well, we're not there yet. But damn, it does feel good. The telemetry data puts the wreckage out of range to hike. We're going to have to head back to the ship and land on a different part of the planet. Let's get going.
Yes, ma'am. Ah, J. Duke. Good to see you again, buddy. Yep, Sarah's saga. Let's see, where's the ship? And trust me, she has been giving me hell. Every decision I make, second guessing me every step of the way. And we're waiting again.
I have things for you.
I have things too. I want to get rid of some of them. I think that's all I had. Ah, reduces fuel needed for a grav jump by an additional 1%. I need 100 of those. Well, at least we got a picture to look at.
Landing site looks clean. Let's set it down.
And it's raining. Ooh, I never thought of this before. I wonder if I can take the hovercraft through the...
Captain, greetings.
Guess we'll find out. We can. Wow. That is a pretty picture. It would be prettier if it wasn't raining. Look at her holding on for dear life. Typical woman. Brake lights 2 blocks ahead. Hunt somewhere else, buddy. What the hell? Space cockroach. This thing does not operate on water very well.
Just a quick dip in the pool.
Go in the right direction? Can't tell.
Zeroing in on anything useful?
I meant to hit that rock.
This is what's left of the cruise shuttle. But it looks like parts were scavenged and dragged somewhere else. Could there have been survivors?
Yes. Yes, there could. In fact, they're probably living in that area right there. Although, how that hab got jammed in those rocks like that is beyond me.
What's going on here? Supplies? A shelter? And the fire is still fresh. Is there someone here that's still alive?
The fire is still fresh? The hell is this thing? How do we knock?
Stop. I'll shoot if I have to.
Speak to the mysterious girl.
Just turn around and leave. I know how to use this thing, and I will.
Oh my god. Who are you?
I'm nobody. Just go away. I'm not going to let anyone take my stuff again. No way. Both of you, just go!
Let's see. What do you mean, take my stuff again? We're not here to hurt you.
Yeah, Sure. Try and trick me. No. No way. I'm not getting fooled again. Forget it.
Stop it right now. Put
Easy,
away that
Sarah.
gun and talk to us. We want to know what happened here.
See? You're not nice at all.
Nope.
I knew it. You're a liar. That's all grown-ups do is lie.
Sarah, maybe you should sit this one out. Let me handle this, please.
Sorry. Sorry. I was wrong to get so angry. We are here to help you. And we promise to tell the truth.
I don't know. You're kind of scaring me. Why should I listen to you?
Let's see, don't you think it's a strange question, seeing as you're the one pointing the gun at us? We can take you home.
Take me home? I was born here. This is my home. You're going to have to come up with a better story than that.
You were born here? Hold on. Oh my god. Your parents, your mum and your dad, what were their names?
Jenna and Elias. Why?
Jenna and Elias. Private Jenna Marsh and Corporal Elias Obrist.
Obrist?
You're their daughter. Listen to me. I knew your parents. They worked with me on the Dauntless. I'm Commander Sarah Morgan.
You're Sarah Morgan?
Boy, there's a switch
Mom and
for you.
Dad's captain? My parents used to talk about you all the time. It's like a dream to finally meet you.
Let's see. What did your parents tell you about Sarah?
My parents told me she was in command of their ship in a huge battle. They said she was a hero and the bravest person they ever knew.
Sarah and I are glad we found you. If your parents are around, I'd love to meet them.
Yeah? Well, you're too late. My parents are dead. My father died a long time ago. And my mother, she was killed by those monsters at the graveyard. It's just me here now. All by myself.
Let me ask you a question. Actually, I don't even know your name.
Oh, yeah. My name's Sona.
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 What a lovely name. Sona, you mentioned a graveyard. Is that where the crew is, you know?
Buried? Yeah. It's a bunch of stones with those necklaces like the ones my mom and dad had hanging on them.
Thank you, Sona. I'm going to talk to my friend here a minute, okay?
Okay, Sarah.
Well, are you going to talk to me or not?
Phew. I don't even know where to begin.
A little bit weird. You going to be all right?
I'm trying to hold it together. There's just too much coming at me all at once, you know?
You did
Just
kind
so
of
relieved
flip
that
out.
You're here. There's absolutely no way I could have handled this alone.
You're doing great, Sarah.
Am I? I feel like a nervous wreck. Oh, there's so much to process. But I don't have time to deal with it right now. If you want to help, then find that graveyard and bring me those necklaces Sona mentioned. I'm hoping they're my crew's gene tags.
I'll head there right away.
Good. Just be careful.
Don't worry, I'll fly.
Sona's monsters are undoubtedly hostile life forms that have claimed the graveyard as their territory.
Not for long. You'll have to dig them up to meet them. Oops. I meant to do that. Oops, too high, too high, too high, too high. Too low, too low. Oh my god. Oof! Good thing Sarah's not with me. She'd let me know about that. Those freaking walking flowers are all over the place. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, who was that? Bastards. Walking flower. Collect gene tag 7 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Should be 9 out of 10. Alright, there we go. Last one's inside. Tyrannosaurus dicks over here. Along with some analgesic. Always useful. Analgesic is. A greater silverfish. A greater silverfish I've never known. Can't tell where I'm going. Fucker's still walking. Hiding in the woods. And this thing is not accurate. Ugh. Rough driving, I'll tell you that. Well, they built them a little bridge. Lucy, I'm home.
No! No, 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 no! How many times do I have to say it?
What the hell have you got?
Go. Leave me alone!
Sona, calm down and listen to me. It's much too dangerous to stay here all by yourself, darling.
I don't care. This is my home. You can't make me leave.
We can't leave her here. It's
No,
not safe.
Of course not.
She has to come back with us to Jemison. Oh, I don't know what to do. Can you talk to her?
I will use my Jedi mind tricks on her.
I knew I could depend on you. Now all we have to do is convince this poor girl that she's better off leaving the planet with us. I don't know if I have it in me to say the right things.
Well, I can tell you right now, you don't.
I can hear you talking about me. And I don't care what either of you say. I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, boy.
Look, I'm clearly out of my element here and not in the right state of mind. Could you just talk to her, please?
Of course. I didn't say I wouldn't. Jesus.
Why won't Sarah listen to me?
She's worried about your safety. She feels responsible for your situation.
Mom told me 1,000 times that it wasn't Sarah's fault that that I'm stuck here. That still doesn't mean I should leave the only home I ever had, does it?
Let's see. You won't be safe here forever. You really think this is the best place for you to live the rest of your life? Or you won't be safe here forever.
Mom and Dad told me there was a whole universe out there, with thousands of planets. They showed me the maps and the star charts. That does sound pretty cool, but well, it's also kind of scary. It would be hard to leave the only home I've ever known.
Yep, I know that. We want to find you an even better home.
Well, I've always dreamed of finding a place that's safe from the monsters.
We've got that.
But leaving Mom and Dad behind, it's really hard. Even though they're dead, I don't want to abandon them.
You can come back and visit. Even from far away, they'll always be close in your heart.
Yeah, you're right. I never thought of it that way.
Because you're only like 10.
I'm sorry I yelled at everybody. I know you and Sarah are just trying to help. I'm going to go get my stuff and then I'll board your ship. Don't worry, I'll stay out of the way until we get, well, wherever we're going.
Sarah Morgan only liked that. She should freaking love it. Alright. This is definitely photo time, folks. She's in a mood again.
That poor girl. I hope we've made the right decision.
Yes. Everything doesn't rest on your shoulders.
Oh, I do hope that's true. We're ripping Sona from the only home she's ever known.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Casting her back into society. It's going to be difficult for her to adjust to the changes. Wherever she ends up, just promise me we'll check on her from time to time. Please.
She's going to end up at the lodge, so...
Thank you. Look, before we leave Cassiopeia behind, I wanted to say one more thing to you. Perhaps at the overlook we passed on the way here?
Sure.
I promise it won't take long. Let's go.
Okay. Where the hell's the door at? Oh shit, I got lost. What else is around here? Fiber. A bolt cutter. Books. What else? What else? Little living area. Little kitchen area. Kitchenette. Dining area. What else we got? A garden trowel. I've never really checked this place out. So they built a treehouse out of...
I have a few things to pack.
I'm not trying to talk to you. They built a treehouse out of busted up parts. That's neat. Where are we going, Sarah? I'm following you. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Come on, Sarah. Just walk along with me. You don't have to travel in fits and starts, jamming on the brakes every 2 seconds. Just walk with me. Come on. Come on. Walk with me. You can do it. Oh, she's no longer following me. She's never actually been here, and yet suddenly this is her favorite place on the planet. What the hell is she doing?
Look, before we head back to the ship, I wanted to tell you how much of an amazing gift this has been. You had to push me to come out here, and if I hadn't have listened to you, the universe would probably have never known about that little girl.
And she would have starved to death or been eaten by one of those giant silverfish. I'd do anything for you, Sarah.
It's been a long journey, and I'm glad it's over. You know, this is the second time I've been on this world. And until this very moment, I never stopped to reflect at just how magnificent it was. Oh, look at this place. This is the reason I'm out here, exploring the stars. Worlds upon worlds, just waiting to have their beauty discovered. Shedding this burden of my past has finally allowed me to open my eyes, wider than they've ever been opened before. And it's all because of you.
I only opened the door. You're the one that stepped through. I'm hoping there's more than simple gratitude tucked away in that statement. I'm not going to say that.
Still giving lessons to the teacher, eh? Some mentor I've turned out to be. Well, I suppose it's time to bid goodbye to Cassiopeia once again. This time, under much happier circumstances. Now, let's head back to Jemison. I want to give those gene tags you gathered to Admiral Logan and figure out what we're going to do with Sona.
You're going to raise her at the lodge, and you're going to make her one of your own. There it is.
There's got to be something useful out here.
I have something for you when you have a moment.
Let me guess. And it's raining again. Odd how the sun was shining perfectly when she had to say her little bit. Oh, there she is. Hey, how you doing, kid?
Oh, hey. Let's talk later. Got a million things to do.
Okay. Must be right under a vent. What's this? Holy shit! I didn't know this was here. Son of a bitch. Ah, that's cool. Thanks for saving me, but I don't want to talk to you right now. Super busy. That's exactly right.
We're locking into orbit now.
Oh, the great serpent is about to take you home.
Blow down their grab drive.
I hope they didn't need that grab drive.
The Freestar Collective owes you, stranger. Please acknowledge. That got a little too exciting
Holy
back
smokes,
there.
you were close to...
My crew wants you to know how much we appreciate the help. Any way we can repay you?
Freestar Rangers here. No need for payment.
Very noble of you. You take care.
You take care. You're the one in dire need of help. Alright, let's see what these Varun zealots had. There we go. Whoa. Okay. Another ship. Gold. Oof. I love gold. Alright, let's try not to hit the Alright. Back to Jemison. New Atlantis. That same shot from a different lifetime. 2 lifetimes ago.
I picked up something you might be interested in.
Freezy,
While
freezy.
we're here, let's swing by Centaurian so I can pick up some ammo. How are things?
That is the perfect woman.
I thought you'd never ask. Here.
Flower. She gave
We're
me
done already? Oh, okay.
she gave me a toxic flower. Hey, look at that handsome devil. Sudden and still unexplained Terrormorph attack. We'll explain it soon. Oh, hey.
I wonder if I'll miss New Atlantis when Tony and I leave.
Well, I won't miss you and Tony, so... Where am I going? What am I supposed to do? Admiral Logan... Let's see, where is he? I think he's... Sysdef? There we go. Look at that. Look at me remembering things.
Excuse me?
You're welcome. Sarah, where are you? This is your deal. Oh. Logan?
The next time Terrormorphs rear their ugly heads, the UC is going to be ready.
Sarah. Sarah. Doing some calf exercises, are you? Come on, let's go. Let's go. Get in the office. Go on. Get. The hard part's over. Just get in the office. Go on. Get. Go. Get. In. Come on. A little more. Close
You've
enough.
got the cabinet's full backing to prevent more attacks. Understand?
Now you recognize
Welcome
me.
back. Did you find your answers?
This mission wasn't for us. It was the soldiers who owned these gene tags. I hope you choke on them.
And we did it for the child that was marooned there. A child, born from 2 of the crew, that survived the crash. After her parents died. That poor girl spent years surviving on that hostile world. Alone. We abandoned her, Admiral.
What the hell is that behind
We
her
let her
there?
down.
I'm sorry. I had no idea. How could we have possibly known?
By abandoning the crew of the Dauntless, you've dishonored their memory.
Yes, of course. I think we can all agree that this was another unfortunate circumstance of the Colony War.
What you'd call an unfortunate circumstance, I call a tragedy.
You're absolutely
Sarah,
right,
you are not going to let this
It is a
go, are you?
tragedy. One thing that I can assure you is that the names of these men and women will never be forgotten.
I said
I'll see to
Sarah,
it
not
personally.
Siri.
Thank you, Admiral.
Good luck to both of you. It's been an honor.
Once we're done here, we should have a little talk with Sona. Poor thing's waiting for us at the lodge.
It just never ends.
Hello.
Hello. She keeps receipts. Yes, she does. You once told me, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. I'm still poisoned by that stupid lizard bug. I wonder if anybody's ever done the math on just how much... Holy smokes. She just flew off the roof. What was I saying? I wonder if anybody's ever done the math on just how much time you spend in this game waiting in black screens.
Walter spends a fortune to maintain the lodge, but I'd say it's worth every credit.
It's a nice place. Let's see, is she here? There she is. I guess they made this her room.
Yeah? Did you want to talk about something?
Oh, you finally want to talk to
There
you?
you are. I was wondering when you'd come and say hi to me.
Holy shit, we just got here.
Hello, Sona. I see you found your way to the lodge without any trouble.
Yeah, it was kind of hard though. All these people around. Never seen so many people in my entire life.
Shh, you see, it varies. They are really short black screens for me. I must need to upgrade. I bet that was scary.
Yeah, it was. I guess I'll have to be brave.
You're already one of the bravest people I've ever met. So, what do you think? Do you like it here, Sona?
At the lodge? Yeah, this place is huge. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. You must be like a bazillionaire, Sarah.
Oh, don't I wish? This place isn't mine alone. It belongs to everyone who's a part of Constellation. And I think it should belong to you too, Sona. I want you to stay here and make this your home.
Whoa. Does that mean I get to go exploring with both of you? Or wait, do I get my own ship?
Let's see. How about you give yourself a little time to grow up?
Exactly. And don't worry. At the rate you're growing, it won't be long until you're grav jumping to unexplored star systems on your own ship.
I understand. Oh, and don't worry, I learn real fast, so you better get ready to have another member of Constellation signing on for missions.
I can't wait.
Well, anyway, thanks for letting me stay here. I promise I won't let either of you down.
I'm sure that you won't. Well, I think we should let Sona get settled. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like to visit the Colony War Memorial now.
Holy crap.
I want to pay my final respects.
All right, then. I wish they would mask them a little, but they don't bother me, really. Yeah, I never realized... They never really bothered me either until I started streaming
Guess it's been a while.
the game.
Why?
And
I just don't know how he does it.
my background makes me genetically predisposed to not want dead air. So yeah, when it happens while I'm broadcasting, it's like, throw up a commercial. Put up a full-page graphic. I'm a little weird, though. Lead Sarah to the Colony War Memorial. Come on, Sarah. New Atlantis is the worst offender. Yeah, it's pretty busy. There's a lot of stuff around here, and people. I find the more people there are around, the longer things take to load in. Brad Provencher. Rorik Pierce. Trajan Senon. I guess I missed the spot a little. Speak to Sarah. Let's see. Shoot. Can't remember what the little emotes are. I don't know how to get to those.
Look at this. All these people. Their entire lives distilled down to names on a memorial. I wonder how close I came to being reduced to just a name.
Depends. How much food did you have left when they picked you up?
I am proud. I was simply too foolish to realize it until you changed my perspective.
Foolish child. If I say these things because I care about you.
And I care about you too. There's obviously some kind of a connection between us that I think we need to discuss.
Oh boy.
Just let me have another moment here, and then we can head over to the waterfall, so we can talk in private.
Never really pegged Sarah for a religious
I'm ready.
type.
Let's go.
Okay, I forget where I am. I don't need to go there. Falkland Systems. The well. Let's see, where was I? It's down here. Takes me a while. Performance in the beta feels a lot better. Yeah. There were... I used to have... you know, everybody complains about the stuttering. I'd be running through New Atlantis, jogging through Atlantis, whatever, and every few... It was like clockwork. Every few seconds, like every 5 seconds, there would be a stutter, a short stutter. And I have not had that with this beta, so that is a big plus.
I'm meeting my girlfriend for drinks at the Viewport tonight.
However, if you just saw that, I still get stutters if someone is about to speak as I pass by. I wish they would work on that. You coming? I think there's a mod to get your followers to be a little more normal. I need to find that. Every few seconds. I was convinced it was something on my PC polling every few seconds. You know, you may be right. But in this case, it's the software, the game, polling where you are. It's like a GPS tracker. I don't know what it is.
When things at the lodge are too much, I love coming to this spot to just sort of, I don't know, melt away for a while. It's lovely here, isn't it?
It's lovely.
I've been from one end of the settled systems to the other. But this place, this exact spot, there's nowhere else like it in the galaxy.
Well, yeah, that's true. It's absolutely beautiful.
I knew you'd appreciate it. I usually come up here to mull over some of the heated debates we have at Constellation.
I do my mulling by myself.
You'd be surprised how many decisions I've made on this very spot.
It seems like an ideal place to focus.
That's actually why I asked you to meet me up here.
Would you like to focus on me for a change?
I was hoping we could talk about something very important.
Sure. I hope nothing's wrong. Trying to pull one over on me, eh? You can tell me whatever's on your mind.
Good, because I have a lot to say. It's
I'm
about
shocked.
my return to Cassiopeia.
Not that shocked.
What we learned about Sona has been constantly replaying in my mind. Maybe it sounds crazy, but that young girl's isolation feels like a reflection of my own life.
Both of you have been through a lot.
Don't get me wrong. Compared to Sona, I've had it easy.
I don't know.
I've
Fighting those
spent
rock
my
monsters
life
down in
surrounded
that
by all sorts
canyon
of
was...
people. Constellation, the Navigator Corps. Hell, even the UC military. Despite that, no matter how hard I've tried to make them a part of my life, they tend to drift away and disappear.
Dealing with the unpredictability of people can be a challenge.
I suppose. Well, if that's true, this challenge is wearing me down.
Yep, I know what you mean. All I see is someone who's lost and needs help finding their way.
Yeah, sure. And who wants to take on that responsibility? You?
I already told you
Wait a
I
minute.
did.
That's exactly what you're saying, isn't it?
Yep. I'm saying I love you, Sarah, now and forever.
Sorry, I...
This is like the third time I've told you that.
My thoughts. I know you want to have a serious relationship. You want to become close. So, if you're willing to take that leap of faith with someone like me, then I'm ready to do the same.
Well, that came out of nowhere.
You're something truly special. You know that? You've helped me conquer my self-doubt, my confidence, hell, everything.
We're going to have to talk to you about your language,
For the first
Sarah.
time in my life, I feel complete. And with you by my side, I'm convinced that feeling will last forever. You're the best thing that's happened to me in my life. I love you. Always.
What the hell? It's like 10 minutes ago she didn't know what she thought, and now she's in love with me. She's in love with me. Oy, criminy. Now what? Is this worth a picture? I don't know. Not really. Especially since my character never seems to be looking at anybody. Meh. Okay, now what? Report to Hadrian. All right, so I think let me fix this real quick. There you go. Cure that poisoning. I think that's where we will call it today, since we've wrapped up Sarah's Jay friend zoned her. I friend zoned her the last time through. This time I'm doing it different. This time I'm gonna try to do both Sarah and Andreja as my I don't know if they call them spouse. I'm gonna try to convince them both to get married. I got the companions bundle that makes them less judgy. We'll see if that helps. Anyway, like I was saying, that's it for the Sunday evening stream. Thanks everyone for watching, and Jay, thanks for joining again. It's always fun to have you here. If you enjoyed what you saw here today, be sure to like, subscribe, follow, all that business. Follow me on X, GeardoFobbit, GFobbit, sorry. Next time we will pick this up will be Wednesday evening, probably around 7-ish. We'll play for a few hours and we will pick up there. So, until that time, thank you once again for joining me, and later, nerds.